Hey everyone, and welcome to another video. So today we're going to be talking about some ways that you can balance multiple jobs during your travel social work contract. And the reason why I picked this topic is because a lot of times, especially if you work in a helping profession, we have more than one job. I don't know what it is, but there's like this hustle culture that comes along with working in a helping profession, especially social work, mental health, and some other fields where you can easily be balancing several different opportunities and different jobs at one time. And so travel social work is not an exception to this. A lot of times, individuals are working on their own private practice or they found some other ways to bring in additional income throughout their travel social work contract. So I'm going to be talking about some of the ways where you can make it work for you. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So first and foremost, let's talk about your schedule. When it comes to travel social work, all schedules can be different. A lot of times hospitals need you weekends, holidays, especially when you're working in healthcare where it's staffed 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You may not always have a flexible schedule. So when it comes to balancing some other things that you're doing in your personal life or ways to make money, sometimes it's good to have a fixed schedule. So you may want to look for opportunities and contracts that give you a fixed schedule, maybe like a Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. schedule that would give you that flexibility to maybe have your evenings free and also your weekends free so that you can fit some other things into the week. So I always recommend people picking between weekend work or long days with evening work. It's really hard to work all evenings after you worked a long day work and then work the weekends as well. I'm not saying that it's impossible, but it can be more challenging and it can also be more taxing on your mental health. So it's good to have a built-in break, whether you have the break in the evenings after work or you have a break on the weekends where you get a chance to kind of do some things for yourself, run some errands, do some self-care where you don't necessarily have to think about work. You want to give yourself kind of a protected space where you can really have your own time and do what you want to do. Also, it's important to keep in mind whether you're a morning person or a night person. Some people are people, they are out with the crack of dawn, they are more productive in the morning. Other people are a bit more productive in the nighttime. So, knowing whether you're a morning person or a night person can help you decide what type of job or opportunity you want to look for. Because if you're working with clients specifically, they may want some evening availability, or if you're working another opportunity, you may have some time to get some things done in the early morning before you begin your job at work. So productivity also plays a big role in this because if you're at a job that is very like high stress, where you have to be um, present emotionally and physically, it may be difficult to do that after you worked an 8 hour shift. So keep in mind when you're looking for a kind of a job or thinking about what would make the most sense for your life, how productive you have to be in that time frame. Some things may be more relaxing. Some things may be a bit more kind of have to show up and you have to do things at a certain time. So keep that in mind when you're looking at opportunities and thinking about what your options may be. So some of the options available when it comes to kind of balancing multiple jobs or looking for some additional opportunities along with a social work contract can be teaching. Whether you teach an online course or teach several online courses, that can be a really flexible option that gives you the chance to kind of decide between the evening work or the weekend work. When you're teaching, you're responding to students, but a lot of it is already built for you depending on the school that you work at. And if you're doing it online, there can be a lot of ways that you can really supplement what you're currently doing in a travel social work contract. Also, case management jobs. A lot of the managed care organizations have options where you get a chance to work overnights or weekends or work after hours in order to provide authorization for inpatient behavioral health admissions or something of that nature. So, case management, working with a managed care organization can also be a good fit when it comes to supplementing, but also having some flexible hours. Therapy is also one of those things that you can do if you do have a clinical license, and some organizations do hire individuals who have a LMSW or an associate license, depending on the organization that you work with. Therapy can be a good way to supplement travel social work contract income. It really can be on your own time. It can be evenings or weekends, and a lot of times you get a chance to make your own schedule. So that's something that's flexible, but also gives you the chance to kind of decide how much is too much and what makes the most sense for you and what gives you that chance to really scale back if you need to. Also, can't forget like a fun job. So maybe something like a travel agent or something simple like a coaching position where you don't necessarily have to do something super clinical, but it's just something that you enjoy for fun. Some people do an Etsy store, some people sell other things, some people really focus on creative outlets and they find something that they can sell through Etsy or one of the other many platforms out there. Think about, If you want the second job to be kind of a fun thing, it doesn't necessarily have to be related to a helping field or social work or anything like that. It may just be something that you enjoy doing for fun that also brings in some additional income. So, with all that being said, I can't emphasize enough the importance of stress management, because when you are balancing a lot of competing priorities, it can be stressful. And so, it's important to really know your limits and also know what's going on in the background. If you have a lot of stuff going on in your personal life, it may not be the time to pile everything on your plate work wise. Additionally, if you're working a contract that may be really stressful, or if you're having to decompress a lot after the end of the long day, you may want to scale back a little bit on some of the other things that you're doing so that you have more time to invest in yourself, but also to do some self-care before the next day. So keep an eye on your stress levels. If there's something, if you're noticing that your stress levels are going up with additional things that you have on a plate, it's definitely time to reconsider and really assess what makes the most sense for you and really define what your financial goals are. So if there's a way to scale back, I definitely recommend doing that, because stress management, I think, is the key piece in being able to have longevity and also being able to still, I guess, walk away from it unscathed in a way. So that being said, some of the schedule that I've talked about is being, let's say if you have a travel social work contract, you work 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. And then the 5:30 to 9:30 p.m. slot could be for clients, teaching, case management, or maybe another opportunity that you find that works in those time frames. A lot of times PRN work can be in that time frame. If you're teaching a class, you'll be logging into the classroom, answering students' questions, and grading papers. Those 4 hours at the end of a workday could be very feasible for a lot of people, and also can give you some additional income that would supplement or further supplement what you're already doing as a travel social worker, which really can be combined to really help you meet a lot of those financial goals that you probably have set out for yourself, whether it's buying a house or just getting on top of some things or putting out some financial fires. It can be a great way to really supplement, but also get more bang for your buck as you're working a travel social work contract. So that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe, and I will catch you on the next video.